And so this conversation is about developing your superpower. In the beginning was the word. See, our parents give us our bodies and our facial features and our physical features, but God give us our voice. In the beginning was the word, and the word was God and dwelt among men. Our voice. Death and life is in the tongue. Most people speak more death than they do life. Our voice. Thou shalt decree a thing, and it shall be established unto you. Oh, come on now. Come on. Our voice. You want to change your life? Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. When shall the kingdom of God come? The kingdom of God cometh not by observation. They shall say, it's neither lo there, lo here. Behold, the kingdom of God. It's within you. It's within you. Woo, wow. Our voice, the kingdom is voice activated. That's why when you encourage someone, you stir up something in them. That's why when you speak, that you are able to ignite and release the kingdom of stories of greatness and potential and artistry, and enable them to expose themselves to a part of themselves that they can't go to by themselves, and that when you spoke, you exposed them to the kingdom of potential in them to live a larger life, to live the life that they were chosen to live their calling. A job is what you get paid for. A calling is what you're made for. And that calling is something that you love it so much you do it for nothing, but you do it so well that people will pay you to do it. Most people are doing things just to get paid. Let me tell you something. When you do something that's you, it's a different kind of feeling. It's a different kind of experience. If you're ready to make money with your voice, with your story, with your knowledge, with your experiences, with things that you've seen, things that you have observed, I got to tell you this story. Listen, you won't believe this. This is going to blow your mind. You won't believe it, and you're going to believe it. It's shocking. It's a drop the mic moment. It's jaw dropping what I'm about to tell you right now. Just let some other people know and say, Les is about to say something that you're going to say, whoa, wow. I'm telling you, do it right now. Have somebody else. Listen to me. I will tell you this story. And I'm gonna find a way to make it work for you, all right? Okay, I thought it just dropped in my spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, and this is primarily to men. Brothers, fathers, it's time to step up. Oh, some of you are. You provide and you protect, but far too many don't. My son, my oldest son, was working on his job. And there's a young lady that he knew that he was talking to, and a guy came by and spoke to her, and she didn't say anything. And so when she left from talking to my son, listen to me, this guy said to my son, hey man, what's up with her? I've been trying to get a conversation with her, and she won't talk to me. She's ignoring me. She won't give me the time of day. And my son said, I don't know. So when the guy walked away and she came back, because she moved deliberately, because she saw him coming over where my son and she was sitting. And so my son, Calvin, asked her, why did you move deliberately? And this guy saying he's been speaking to you, but you won't give him the time of day. You know what she said? He is the father of our son. And because he's not involved, because he doesn't come around, he doesn't remember my face. Good God from Zion. Whoa! You can't make this kind of stuff up. You can't make this up. He'd been absent. He's a sperm donor. You can't make this stuff up. He's not involved in his child's life. He's been away so long, so absent, he doesn't even remember the face of the mother of their child. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Oh, we have. Oh, boy. You can't make that up. That's heavy. Yes. Drop the mic. You know what Tyrone said? You about to make me cuss, Mr. Brown. If you don't know Tyrone, it's a squirrel that's outside my window. He's taught me squirrely. He doesn't know how to speak English yet, but I understand it. You know, I've been in the house too long. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh, this thing called life is just too much. It's just too much. As Jerry would say. See, part of being able to change what's looking back at you in the mirror is being around the right people. That's major. Being around the right people, having the right coach, the right mentor, having a different kind of environment, having different stuff coming in your ears. Nothing gets through except through the ears and the eyes. This is a time, this place where we are, you have to create a shift in your environment. You want to create an environment deliberately that sets you up to win. If you're ready to do that, so I'm ready to win. If you're hungry, see, the reason that I put in the work to change that guy that was looking back at me in the mirror, I was hungry to win. I was a father, a husband, I had car note and mortgage note. I was hungry to know the best part of myself that I did not see yet, and I was willing to invest in me to make that happen. I didn't have the money to do it, but I couldn't afford not to do it. See, sometimes when it comes to you, you got to become a no matter what person. That whatever it takes, that you're willing to do it. And part of that is to sacrifice. But when you start talking about how do I leave a legacy? How do I create a presence that when I die, that there will still be conversations beyond 2 weeks after I'm gone? A friend of mine died and somebody asked, hey, well, I haven't seen Marvin for a few days. Oh, Marvin's dead. He's dead. Yeah. How long he's been dead? Oh, man, about 6 months? Are you kidding me? I didn't know. You know why I didn't know? Because Marvin's life was so inconsequential. His presence was not missed. And most people, when they die, their presence will not be missed. But there's certain people, when they go, the word will go out. The word will go. John Lewis, oh, the word went out. Elijah Cumming, the word went out. These are bad brothers up in here. Aunt Boo Boo, Cicely Tyson, that's what we call her, Aunt Boo Boo. Cicely Tyson, when she took her last breath, the word went out. Her presence was felt. She made an impact. Those brothers made an impact with their lives. We're here to make a difference. Make an impact. If you're ready to make an impact, if you're ready to learn how to do that, to be around the right people, to be in a community of people that will introduce you to a part of yourself that you can't discover by yourself. If you're hungry, you gotta be hungry. And this place where we are right now, you wanna make it? Some stuff's about to happen. The bottom's about to drop out. With 47 million jobs being taken over by artificial intelligence. I saw online the other day, they had a robot jumping rope. I'm not making this up. A robot jumping rope, making salads, pouring drinks. Excuse me? I'm not making this up. This is the time you have to reinvent yourself to stay ahead of technology. This is the time you want to give yourself a competitive edge, because that's what you have to do. If you're around people who are on the same level that you are, who have not done what you've done, that you can't learn from, if you're around people who don't lift your spirit, people who don't inspire you, people who don't hold you accountable, people who don't challenge you, people that you can't learn by, you earn within $2,000 to $3,000 of your closest friends. You around me, you learn how to earn $70,000 an hour or more. Why? Because of the relationship. People rub off on you. Sidney Poitier, I love to talk about him in the book called The Measure of a Man. When you go for a walk with somebody, something happens. Either they adjust to your pace or you adjust to their pace. Whose pace have you adjusted to? And most of us have been adjusting to the pace of people below us, people who have no goals, people who have no dreams, people who are doing the same thing day in and day out. No sense of responsibility, no commitment to their children, no idea of building a vision and living from a life of legacy. When they die and they take their last breath, rather than leaving a legacy, they leave liabilities. Oh, help me, Lord. Can you believe that? This guy trying to have a conversation with a woman and ask my son when he comes back over, why won't she talk to me? What's up with her? She's stuck up for something? And when my son asked her when she came back when he left, what's up? What, you don't like him? Well, I know him very well. We had a baby together. And because he doesn't come around, because he never came back once I called him and said, I'm pregnant, he doesn't even remember how I look. And he's never seen his son, our son. I have nothing to say. Whew. As my mother would say, do Jesus. That's what baby Brown was saying. I think I will land this plane. What are you hungry for? I wanted to be my own boss everywhere I worked because of the politics. I got fired. Some things happen to you, some things happen for you. Had I not been fired from WVKO radio station, had I not been fired, I would have never became a state legislator. Had I not been fired, I'd never produced specials for public television. Had I not been fired, I'd have never been paid $5 million to do a talk show by King World. Had I not been fired, I would have never been able to resign from the Ohio legislature and go back to Miami to take care of my mother. I promised her that she would not end up in a nursing home. She used to work in a nursing home and never wanted to go. I remember my sister calling me, Leslie, are you sitting down? What's wrong with Mama? Mama has breast cancer. It's terminal. I said, I'll be right there. You don't have to come. I got nice nursing homes in here in Dade County. Listen to me. No, I'm coming. I left immediately, my political ambitions, everything. And I rung the doorbell. A friend of hers named Mildred was there. And she came to the door. Whoa, Mildred said, Mamie, Leslie's here. Leslie's here. And I heard my mother say, I knew he would come. I knew my boy would come. Is there somebody that you love? Somebody that is so important to you that if something happened to them, they can count on your being there, of your showing up. What do you think about that? I want you to put voice in the comments section, because it allows you to control your own personal economy. It allows you to create your own job. See, a job is what you get paid for. Your calling is what you are made for. 86% of Americans go to jobs that they hate. And at the same time, they don't want to get fired. That's what you call mixed emotions. Seeing somebody you hate drive off a cliff in your car. You sad that they're gone, but not, you're glad that they're gone, but not in your car. Couldn't they do something else? Use a bicycle or something? To drive off a cliff, not in your car. You glad they're gone, though. Let me tell you something. This thing called life. Helen Keller had a point. Life is short and unpredictable. Eat the dessert first. Bet on you. Tomorrow's not promised. If we don't know anything else, we know that the coronavirus has taught us how fragile life is. Don't leave here doing something that's not you. Take a chance on you. Give yourself a chance. I wrote the quote, shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. My brothers and sisters, they thought I was crazy. And I am. Sometimes you gotta be out of your mind. Let that mind be in you. See, if there's gotta be another mind in you, then you got to be out of your mind, because that mind is not serving you. I want you, if you'd like to work with me, if you've heard my voice since you were a kid, and it touched you, it touched your heart, it expanded your vision of what was possible. If you were in a dark place and you just didn't think you could make it. William Hollis said to me, he's got a motivational message he put together, and I encourage you to get it. It's called, I didn't come this far to come this far. He called me Pops. And let me share something with you. He's a bad boy up in here. And he said he was homeless and he heard my voice. I became his spiritual father. He heard my voice. And it brought him through a very difficult time. Jose Flores. Jose, he said, don't let your limitations become your standard. And Jose, who is bound in a wheelchair, but buddy, he's now motivating and speaking to corporations and individuals and inspiring them, even though he's confined to a wheelchair, quadriplegic. His beautiful wife, Adrian. You're still here. There's so much more in you. Simba, you are more than that which you have become. This is not for everybody, though. At this stage of my life, at 75, I'm looking for people that are hungry. I'm looking for people who say, Les Brown, I'm the one. That's what I told Mr. Washington. You go and you look at Les Brown speaking in the Georgia Dome. You go all the way to the end. I followed him and told him when he got through speaking to some seniors in the auditorium at Booker T. Washington High School. I was a junior. I followed him down the steps. My mother was working in the cafeteria at this time. I said, "Sir, do you remember me?" "No." I said, "My name is Leslie Brown. My mother, Miss Mamie Brown, she works in the cafeteria. I'm a twin. I was in your class looking for MacArthur Stevens, and they called me DT, and I agreed with them, the dumb twin. And you came and looked at me and said, don't you ever say that again. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. And I was startled. I said, do you remember me now? He said, yes. And I said, you said to them that they can make the school proud. They can make their families proud if they realize that they have greatness in them. I said, I was there, but you're not a senior, you're a junior. I said, I know, but I heard your voice and I felt like you were talking to me. I said, can I make my mother proud? He said, yes. I said, but what about the fact that I failed math and English and history and going to summer school for the 5th straight year? He said, your grades don't determine who you are. Yes, I have to work harder. And he turned to walk away. I said, Mr. Washington? He said, what is it now? You said if just one person heard your voice, that your being brought here from Stuart, Florida would not have been in vain. He said, yes. I said, I'm the one, sir. I am the one. He said, it's possible, Mr. Brown. He turned and walked away. I said, remember my name. I'm the one, sir. I'm Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. And one day you're going to hear my name again. I'm the one. And I'm sure he just dismissed it. You see the video, Les Brown speaking in the Georgia Dome. I'm not going to end it for you, but it tells the full story. Here's what I'm saying. Some things happen to you. Some things happen for you. Keep the faith, baby. As Adam Clayton Powell, great congressman out of New York, once said. Keep the faith. Faith that has never been tested can't be trusted. Keep the faith, baby. Judge not according to appearances. Keep the faith, baby. Greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. Keep the faith, baby. He said, I'll give you whatever you desire. Keep the faith, baby. I'll give you all that your eyes can see. Hold the vision of what you want to create. Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. Keep the faith, baby. Use your superpower, your power voice. A lot of people caught up in the drama, the politics, and all the stuff that's going on. Don't worry about what's going on in the White House. Worry about what's going on in your house. Because at the end of the day, you're only 6 inches from success. That's the distance from this ear to this ear. Develop your mind. Be ye not conformed to this world. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Most people are witnesses. They're watching television. They're fans. You want to be a player? Kid and play. I'm kid. You want to be a player? You want to be the person who stands for something, who will live a life that will outlive them? Let me work with you to develop your power voice. Let me shorten your learning curve. Let me share with you how I came from nothing to get here. You're watching me because you know in your heart of hearts what I've done, you can do plus more. Put voice in the comment section. There's somebody that you know that needs to hear this message. I want you to like this page and share it. Like it and share it. But I'm not just looking for anybody. I'm ready to close this thing out. I'm just looking for people that are hungry, that are serious, that are coachable. Because most people aren't. Most people don't know that they don't know and they think they know. One of the worst things in the world to deal with. Arrogance and ignorance. People who don't know and they think they know. Oh, behave. Whatever. You have so much more to express. You're still here. Every day is a great day, as Orrin Hudson would say. If you don't believe it, try missing one. If you're ready to make more money, if you're ready to be your own boss, if you're ready to generate and control your own personal economy, if you're ready to advance your career, if you're ready to run for office and make a greater impact and to live a life that will outlive you, be a policy maker, put voice in the comment section. If you have some skills, some knowledge, you're a speaker, trainer, coach, and you want to make yourself stand out. Name of the game today is attention. How to get attention, how to create an experience to hold the attention, and how to direct the attention. That's the name of the game. Put voice in the comment section. People are rushing to become a part of our training program, the leading program on the planet. I do it. I control it. I direct it. And if you can find somebody who's come from where I've come from and done what I've done and overcame what I overcame, I encourage you. Do it with them. Got somebody who can do it and accomplish what I have accomplished, becoming a dominant force in this industry, my hat goes out to you. This is not for everybody that I do. The Power Voice system. He who has ear, let him hear. If you can hear me in your heart, this is your time. You watch me up to this point, you know in your heart of hearts, these things ye shall do and greater things shall ye do. You're ready for the greater work. Put voice in the comment section. Do it now. Don't put it off. Oh, I can't afford to do it. You can't afford not to do it. You know, people are talking about how much does it cost? Don't worry about how much does it cost. Ask yourself the question. As a guy asked me, how much will it cost you if you don't do it? Had I not bet on me, had I not put my money where my mouth is, oh my God, it would cost me millions of dollars, literally. The clients I've had, AT&T, Procter & Gamble, McDonald's Corporation, General Electric, IBM, it had cost me millions of dollars and the lives that I could have transformed had I not bet on me. Everybody being practical and logical and reasonable say, you're wasting your time. There are over 3,000 members of the National Speakers Association. Sometimes in life, you've got to be unreasonable. That's why we're taught to walk by faith and not by sight. That's why we're taught to call forth those things that be not as though they were. Judge not according to appearances, but right judgment, right thoughts, right feelings, right emotions, right relationships, and right vision. Yeah, let everybody else follow all the drama that's going on. He said, I'll keep thee in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on thee, not on thee in the drama. Drama will always be here. Always. Three kinds of people that will come out of this period where we are. There's a reckoning going on. There's a reckoning going on. Benjamin Franklin said, nothing will change until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are affected. There's some good-hearted people who now see, whoa, these people weren't making this up. Wow. Oh my God. Who would have thought? These people have been getting away with murder, judge, jury, and executioner. That's not American. But you know what I found? Hate is more important and more powerful than many people's religious values, the sense of morality. Hate is more important. Isn't that interesting? How they hold the Bible. They don't read, as a man thinketh, so is he, as he continues to think, so he remain. The least that you do unto these, my brethren, you do it also unto me. Isn't that amazing? That's amazing. Stand up for something. I had a saying when I was on WVKO radio station in Columbus, Ohio. Stand up for what you believe in, because you can fall for anything. And there are people right now. Just look around. Just look around. Oh my goodness. It's amazing. Don't try and figure it out. You can't figure out crazy. You can't do that. No. Leave it alone. Keep thine eyes single. Live your life to the fullest. Live a life that will outlive you, because you can. You were chosen out of 400 million sperm. You're a masterpiece, because you're a piece of the master. I'm looking for a few hungry people. We will vet you. And I'm 75, so I don't have patience for foolishness. I'm looking for people that are positive, that are passionate, that are coachable, that will listen, that's ready to be introduced to a part of themselves that they don't know. See, you can't read the label when you're locked in the box. Sometimes you need somebody to facilitate that process. You can't get there by yourself. All of us at different points in our lives. I like what former heavyweight champion Joe Frazier said, like a blind man standing on a corner waiting for someone to lead him across the street. All of us have had our moments in the Garden of Gethsemane. Millions of people right now going through a tough time, nervous, can't sleep at night, fearful of being evicted or foreclosed on, or losing their jobs, can't get a good night's sleep. And your voice, your voice of hope, your voice, your story, the things that you've overcome and the things you've gone through can become their guide, their survival guide to navigate these times where we are. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me. He said he'll never leave us nor forsake us. Keep in mind, God's still in control. I have been power of communication and the impact. Our children are watching us and they're listening. And they need to see positive examples. And if you believe that you have a voice, that you have a story, that I read something that really grabbed me. It said, write a book worth reading or live a life worth writing about. Let me repeat that again. Write a book worth reading. Her book is now #1 on the New York Times bestseller list. Or live a life. I train speakers and I teach them that the best speakers make the fewest words go the farthest. The best speakers make the fewest words go the farthest. Something that I've considered a masterpiece that you just could not take exception to, and you just had to sit with some of those quotes in there and just take it in for a minute. You just couldn't digest this. because it was potent. You need a little chaser with it. It was potent. If you believe that that's important, because believe me, we have so many young people who have it like that, and we don't get a chance to see them. We don't. She is not the exception. Okay, there are many, but unfortunately, the media don't focus on them, and that's why I'm so grateful. I want to share something with you that I want you to write down. The best speakers make the fewest words go the farthest. She clearly did that. The best speakers make the fewest words go the farthest. To be or not to be, that is the question. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. That when you are able to communicate and be selective of the words that you use, that will be deep and penetrating, and people have to marinate with it and meditate on it for a minute. That speaks for itself. Here's something else. She didn't just speak the words. I want you to keep this in mind about great communicators, people that I'm training. My classes have been filling up and running over. People now see what I've been talking about, the power of communication, that she experienced them. You know that these were not just words that she was sprouting out, that this was who she is. And we felt that in every word that she delivered. And that's very important. It was not just a reciting something that she wrote, but identifying with and being at one and congruent with the words that she spoke. And that's why we felt it. That's why we felt it, not just in terms of hearing it, but we heard it in our ears and in our hearts. And so it's one thing to recite words, but there's something else to experience the word. The other thing is that where there was limited television viewing, that's major. There are algorithms on computers and television that's literally programming all of us, and particularly our young people, and warping and corrupting their thinking and their vision of themselves. And so I want to ask you, what is it you want to do with your life? We now, the air feels better. Don't you feel lighter? You know, I didn't get up this morning and ask what happened today. I think I'm going through withdrawals, PTSD. I don't know. But let me share this with you. Maximize this moment. Yes. Just think about this. This is I see this as a God moment. A God moment to look at yourself, at your goals, at your dreams, look at our children, look into the future, look behind and thank God, look around and praise God, look ahead and follow God, go within and seek God. And at this point in time, this is a time to take charge of your mind, number one, of putting positive things in your mind on a daily basis. I want you to go to hungrytospeak.com. We got some motivational messages there for you to watch and to listen to on a regular basis. And for those of you that would like to be coached and trained by me to teach you how to use your voice, and now more than ever. Why? Well, number one, there's no such thing as job security. And your ability to communicate, it's your superpower. It's your superpower, your ability to communicate. There's no way that I would have been able to be successful in television and radio and becoming a state legislator in Columbus, Ohio, or doing what I'm doing now, speaking nationally and globally around the world virtually. I don't travel anymore. Don't want to do that. Homie don't want to do that. And neither does Tyrone. But that's another conversation. But this is a time in the attention economy. Listen to me. In the attention economy, in order to call attention to yourself and hold the attention and to motivate and inspire and direct the attention, your ability to communicate is your superpower. Warren Buffett said, not being able to communicate is like being in a dark room with a woman and wink. He says, nothing happens. Nothing happens. And so this is the time in order to advance your career in corporations. They're saying that your ability to communicate, your communication power, your presentation power is more important than your technical skills, because you got to work with people. You got to be able to communicate ideas and concepts and get things done and create an environment of people being together even though they are far apart. And the people who can communicate in this world, in this new world order, in this environment, are the people that are going to win, are the people that are going to dominate their market, are the people that are going to be the effective leaders. Communication, it's your superpower. Invest in yourself. Put in the time and the effort to learn. And when Warren Buffett graduated from Harvard University, the first thing he did was he took a communications course. And so when I think about my life, there's no way that I could have accomplished what I've accomplished in millions of lives that I've been able to touch had I not been willing to invest in myself to develop my communication skills. When I had Mr. Leroy Washington at Booker T. Washington High School in Overtown in Miami, who said, young man, once you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. And I don't say this to impress you, but to impress upon you. If you're ready to take your life to the next level, if you want to have a competitive advantage in pursuing your goals and your dreams, allow me to coach you on how to do that. And we will share with you. We had a class the other day, and I mean to tell you, people would just say, oh my God, I had no idea. See, in order to be successful, one of the things that's important is being around the right people, being in a community of people that have experience, that have a track record, that's known, because that association brings credibility and respect. And so this is a time that you want seasoned, experienced, trained eyes looking at you and helping you to connect with your power voice, helping you to begin to develop the greatness that you have within you, helping you to begin to manifest the potential and to bring out the greatness that you have lying dormant in you right now, to develop new relationships, to build national and global networks of people who believe in you, who trust you. Today in business, people look at you, they're asking 3 questions. Who are you? What do you have? And why should I care? And your ability to communicate that is major. That determines whether or not you're able to negotiate well, or make a point, or influence people, or make a sale, or build an organization. Communication power. If you believe that that's important, and if you'd like to improve your communication skills, and there are a lot of people, they don't know what they don't know, and they think they know. There's certain nuances, there's certain strategies in communication that when you learn them, and through practice and through coaching, it changes your revenue, it impacts your bottom line, it will empower your advancing in your career. The things that I've been able to do, my kids that are standing behind me, they know the value of effective communication skills. You know, one of the most difficult things to do is work with your children and get them to see what you see. But they know, and they're very successful in what they do. And so as you look at yourself, look at your goals, and look at your dreams, this is the time. It's a brand new day. We really should be going all in, going all out, not sitting back waiting to look for things to change. No, be a part of the change. Become the architects of our own future, not having any fear of anyone, but moving forth, being of good courage and designing the life that you want rather than the life that you have been handed. Whatever your goal, whatever your dreams are, I'll show you how you can use your voice to advance yourself, how you can use your voice to overcome the obstacles, how you can use your voice or any barriers that's in front of you, how you can use your voice to create a life that you can be proud of, that your future self will say, thank you so much for making that decision. I am so excited. I'm looking forward to working with you. It's confirmation of the power of communication. Her book went to #1 on New York Times bestseller list. And people around the world are still talking about who spoke, and people listened and felt it and responded and were in awe. People said, you know what? I want to do it like that, and we can help you do that. If you're ready to take your communication skills, your speaking skills, your presentation skills to the next level, to increase your knowledge, to increase your approach in your market, to dominate your market, if you're ready, your voice plays a major part of that. Your voice is your superpower. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. Thou shalt decree a thing that shall be established unto you. Death and life is in the tongue. This is your time. This is your time. This is a breakthrough moment. Don't sleep this. Don't sleep this moment. Move with a sense of urgency. Don't sleep this moment. It's a brand new day. A brand new day. And I'm looking forward to working with you. You have something special. You have greatness in you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. This has been Mrs. Mamie Brown's Baby Boy. It's been a plum-pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege.
Do you know if there's another father and daughter duo that do what you do anywhere in the world? I'm trying to think. Is there anyone?
I don't know.
No, we're the first family of motivation.
Yes.
You are.
Yeah.
So you must be enormously proud of that.
Yes.
Tell me a bit about that.
Well, but here's the shocking part. Are you ready for it? She's also my coach.
No, shut up, really?
She said to me one day, Daddy, are you coachable? I'm saying to myself, I know she's not asking me. I won the highest award from Toastmasters International, inducted into the National Speakers Hall of Fame, and selected among the top 5 speakers in the world. You're going to ask me, am I coachable by you? So I said, yes, I am, reluctantly. And then she pointed out something in my presentation that I've been doing for years. And I became very humble. I said, you got a point. And I made the adjustment that she told me. And it made all the difference in the world. So I said, well, will you coach me forever?
Oh, wow.
Said,
And I don't invoice them either. But I think this is a good point. I want to bring this out because I think Spencer can do something with this. Because I love your mind, the way it thinks, right? So Dad used to say in his presentation for years that one of the hardest things that he did, one of the easiest things he ever did was to earn $1 million. One of the hardest things he ever did was to believe it could happen to him. And so I said in the coaching, I said, Dad, when you say it could happen to you, it's almost as if you're positioning as if you won the lotto. There's no ownership. I said, it didn't happen to you. You studied, you journaled, you did the work, you went to workshops, you took training, you went to stages and spoke for sometimes chicken dinners. Like, you paid dues and you had this vision that you built and developed. And so it's not that it happened to you, it's that the easiest thing you ever did was to earn $1 million. The hardest thing you ever did was to believe that you could do it. He said, whoa.
Yes.
And
That's
then he
real.
shifted. He never said that again, but he had been saying that for years and no one caught it.
A lot of people don't identify with that either, do they? It's kind of like
Yeah.
the apprenticeship as you
Yeah.
go through it. They don't realize what they're learning along the way.
Right.
And also, a lot of people don't feel like they're worth it. They
Right.
don't feel like they have any inherent value. And so, because they don't feel they have a value, they can't always believe what's possible. Does that make sense to you?
Totally.
Yes, the area of feeling deserving is so major, particularly if you live in a culture where you've been marginalized and your sense of self has been destroyed. There's a guy named Richard Wright who wrote, he was a very profound thinker and poet. He said, the impulse to dream has been slowly beaten out of me through the experiences of life. And because of what he went through, he wrote a book called The Invisible Man, that he had lost his sense of self and he didn't even think about dreaming because of life was so brutal to him to keep him down. And so there are so many people around the world. I'm looking at things on television about slavery and people being kidnapped and sex slaves and all these types of things. Dehumanization is more prevalent now than ever before. Oh, yes, we're just exposed to the information on it.
Right.
And so we have a lot of work to do. And in the work that we're doing, my goal is, I believe that we should speak to bring life and to give hope, because when there's hope in the future, it gives you power in the present. And that we're very fortunate to be here and to be able to still make a difference, to build a legacy. We feel that evil prevails when good men and women do nothing. And so we see speaking from a perspective that is cause-centered. I believe it's been hijacked by speaking to sell. But I believe that when you speak, you distract, dispute, and inspire. How people live their lives as a result of the story they believe about themselves. And so you distract them from that story. Through the execution of your speaking, you create an experience that allow them to begin to see themselves differently, to get out of their history into their imagination. You expand their minds, you touch their heart and ignite their spirit. And they leave there being, as Mother Teresa would say, a pencil in the hand of God, and start writing a new chapter in their lives.
That's really profound to me. Tony Robbins was talking to me about Operation Underground Railroad with the children and the people that are brought out of sex slavery.
Yes.
And what they do. And that's the fastest growing criminal network in the world.
Yes.
And those people that have been exposed to that and experienced that, first of all, don't look at what the future looks like. They just dwell on the scenario and the environment that they've been involved with. And they do need to be inspired. They do need to, as you just described it there just beautifully, ignite that fire back in them, because there's a lot of people that have gone through a lot of tough times.
Yes.
And
Yes.
a lot of us don't remember how lucky we are. A lot of the times we take for granted, don't we? And we dwell on our sorrows. And these types of people that come from that place and build again, are always going to need support. And people like you, I believe, give that inspiration to people. I mean, think about it. Those motivational videos that you see on YouTube, 1 in a million doesn't have your voice on. All of the others do. They're you, and so your voice moves people.
Yes.
Impregnates people in some part of their body, their mind somehow. And makes them want to charge forward. And that's a very powerful and strong place to be, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that who you are behind the words that you speak, when I'm training speakers, and that's where my life is now, you learn, you earn, you pass it on. And when I'm working with speakers, I say to them, who you are behind the words are far more important than the words that you speak. And so it's very important. We first work on the messenger and then on the message. I'm merely an inspirational speaker for a Jewish carpenter, but that's another conversation. All right. So, but self-development, that we have people speaking and inspiring people to live their dreams, and they haven't done anything.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
So you want to raise the bar on yourself. You want to be the example. You want to be the message. You want to be congruent with the words that you're speaking. Don't practice what you preach, but preach what you practice.
you.